everyone, it's Nikki and thank you for dropping by today. This is attempt number 2. Something happened with the sound and it wasn't picking me up, which is probably a mixture of me not talking loudly enough and equipment. So it is the 1st of February today and I'm here with with my January progress, and like before I had all my numbers ready and a bit noisy. Had all my numbers ready and then I didn't have them to hand, and okay, they're closer than they were before. So okay, this is going to work this time. I know I missed my December update, didn't record in January, things have been a bit odd, but I'm just going to do my January update. You'll see what I worked on in December after I've worked on it in February, so the end of the month. Fingers crossed I'll be back to do an update at the end of the month, but anyway, let's crack on with this update. So first up we have Bizzare Bookshelf, which is a kit from Gecko Rouge. The artist is Colin Thompson and this is stitched on 25 count easy count fabric and 1/1 full cross stitches. All my projects are full cross stitch. So I finished page 10. It didn't take me long. I think second day I had it finished. So I think last time I had this out I mentioned, I really could have got this page finished, but I didn't. So it was a quick finish this month. And that was page 10, and I've made quite a lot of progress on page 11. We have, I think this is the fruit shelf. I've nearly done all the books, so this book here, what I've been doing is picking a colour and filling it in throughout the rest of the page, but concentrating within a book. Although when I got to the cherries I did those colours didn't really go anywhere else. A few of them into the labels, but that was it. So filling in a book at a time but continuing the colour throughout the rest of the page. And yeah, now on this brown book I think there's only a couple of colours in that, so that will fill in nice and quickly when I get back to it next time in March. So the end of the page is around here somewhere, so as you can see I haven't got a lot to do. That's the face of the book. We're going into an orchard scene, and then the other side there'll be another book coming in. So that's page 11. I can't remember how many pages there are on a row, but I'm getting there. I'm getting to the end of the row. This is the last shelf on the top. So and we've got the others, the rocket ship and the moon, and a little biplane down there. This is another one. So there's 4 along the top. So I'm going on to the 4th one. Well, I'm on the 4th one now, and I'm getting to halfway through the 4th one. So I'm going to pause for a second and get some bits sorted out so you can see the next one I worked on. Oh, I forgot to tell you. So I've got my numbers out and then I found my numbers and then I completely forgot to tell you my numbers. On this project I stitched 4,475 stitches. I had 1 page finish and that was across a span of 17 days. There we go. Next. So next up we have Nightmare, and this is my project that I worked on for 3 weeks. It was actually 18 days that I've spent on this. So here we are so far. This is another kit from Gecko Rouge. Artist is Medusa Dollmaker, and look, I'm so close to a finish on this. I can't wait. I've really sped along on this one since I kind of made it one of the focus pieces, and I'm so happy that I've got so much done on it. So let's zoom the right way. So I finished page 22 and page 18. So page 22 is that one down there, more of the snake, Sally's elbow, Jack's fingertips there, and then I finished page 18, which is Sally's outfit. And you don't really notice those details in the pattern on it until it's stitched and you step back. Some more Jack's suit behind her. That hat belongs to Shock. So yeah, I finished those 2 pages. I've got quite a lot done on page 19 and page 20 as well. I was working a bit of the main image, a bit of that background border. I've got skull and crossbones to fill in. Trying to fill in as much of the purple as I can, because zoom in and possibly make out a line of white stitches, which is another thing that I did last month. And one side of that is the main image that still needs to be filled in, and the other side of that, what's left, is all that purpley border background thing. So this January I stitched 11,127 stitches on Nightmare, finished 2 pages, and as I said, that was over 18 days. I have remaining 13,000 just over stitches left. That's all there is to do. I'm not sure whether the 3 weeks in March is enough to get that finished. The main image is quite a bit of confetti. There's a lot of single stitches dotted here, there and everywhere. I have finished quite a lot of the colours now, which is really nice to get to. But as I said, there's still lots of bits, and one stitch here, one stitch there, that sort of thing. All good fun. But there's also a lot of background. Now, background, not so fun, but it's simple enough that I can just put an audiobook on and listen and stitch and end up getting lots done. So, March, possibility. I'll see how I am at the end of the 3 weeks, what I'm going to do. I may decide to steal some time from a little light reading to get it finished if I'm close to a finish. I haven't decided yet what constitutes close to a finish. I'll see how fed up with purple I am at that point. But this is in my full coverage fanatics focus on a finish for this year. It will get done this year. I've also been doing the full coverage fanatics by the numbers challenge, and this one was the 5,000 stitch goal, which obviously achieved. I'm doing that. I'm working on 4 full coverage pieces a month, and there's 4 levels of the by the numbers challenge, so everything is going into the challenge. So Bizzare Bookshelf, I put that in for the 1,000 stitch level, got that done, 5,000 for this one. So every month I'll be doing that with one of my projects. So there we have Nightmare. I really can't wait to have this finished because it's going to look so good when I framed it. I just have to get around to framing it. Right, I'll get the next project prepared. Next project, a little light reading. Artwork Randall Spangler, it's from Heaven and Earth Designs. I have stitched quite a few Randall Spangler pieces. I really love working on these draglings, they are so much fun to stitch. That said, this top blanket that dragling is reading under, that has been so difficult. I'm not a huge fan of big blocks of colour. I'm also not a massive fan of stitching cream. Nor white, but I don't think a lot of people like stitching white. I don't know what it is about white, but my stitches always look so messy with white. That's why I like working with one strand of thread because it neatens it up a lot, but still. White, pale, cream threads, not my favourite. So this background has been a challenge, and that's why it's stitched like this, because as I've done a page, I've kind of done the next page diagonally, and been doing that, and so I finished page 11. Yes, finished page 11. You can just see the tip of a book page there, so page 11 here. I finished that and then decided that I would do this little page at the end of the row, which is about 40 stitches wide. So I thought I'll get it started. I didn't expect to get it finished. Very glad to say that I got it finished. So I had 2 page finishes on this project, and I've worked on it, where is it? There we go, 9 days. 9 days in total this January. So, and that's that bit mostly done, but I still have a lot of those colours in the book pages underneath, so, but I think I'll be seeing something different come together. I'll be seeing the edges of the book pages, so hopefully the change in the context will be nice. I'm not sure whether I'm going to still carry on going diagonally, because that purple book is a beast. There'll be more to do with that. So, but I get to work on the dragon's face next time. That's what I'm focusing on. So I did 5,218 stitches. There is a lot to be said for the boring parts. We need to have a background, so we need to have a stitch along. All we do is just work on the backgrounds where they're boring, but you can get it done. Again, audiobooks. I finished a couple of audiobooks this month, which is good. And I've been doing some reading as well. Actual books too. But that's kind of probably why I like stitching on all these. So many of my projects have got books in. I like books. So, where was I? Yeah, 5,218 stitches over 9 days and 2 pages completed. The plan for this one is that when Nightmare is finished, then this one will get bumped up in the rotation to replace it on the 3-week section. Doing it like that, I'm hoping that I can have it finished next year. That way. I'm currently 60% complete. I'm using Ryan Blitz Stitches app on our iOS to keep track of my stitching, because it has a built-in timer as well, so I put it on when I start stitching, stop it when I finish, and then just put in my total number of stitches that I've done during that time. So I've been using that, and it kind of predicts when you're likely to finish. When I finished this yesterday, it said you could have this finished on the 28th of April. Obviously it means that I would have to just work on this until the 28th of April, but it's nice of it to say so. I'd quite like to have it finished. But I've got a lot of projects that I want to get further through. Let's face it, Trick or Treat isn't going to get done anytime soon, and neither is Bizzare Bookshelf. I will just work through the ones that I can, but everyone gets its time. And this one will be getting 3 weeks in the future once Nightmare is complete. And I'm looking forward to it. I have got something waiting in the wings to replace this as the 1 week project, but we'll get to that once I start getting my finish together. So, quick break now and we'll go to the next project. And finally, I'm not sure that this is going to show up so nicely because lighting isn't great because it's night time now. It was nice and sunny when I recorded my first attempt at this, and this looked lovely, but she still looks lovely. The blues might not be coming through as well, but fingers crossed she still looks lovely. This is QS Yexian Festival Night from Heaven and Earth Designs. I'm stitching it on 20 count easy count Ada, and I'm using 2 strands of thread. I'm not stitching on her very frequently, and when I am, she's only getting short amounts of time, so I did 2,179 stitches on her this month. She is my 500 stitch goal for the By the Numbers stitch along. I think I forgot to mention that A Little Light Reading was down for the 2000 stitch. It's an easy and total for me to get on all of them, really. So it's just taking part for the fun of doing a challenge. So 500 stitch total. I got 2000 done, only across 7 days, but I did get a page finish. I finished page 3. I've now got this on a lap stand rather than on hoops and Q-snaps and whatnot, so I can see the whole thing and just keep looking over at her and wanting to stitch on her all the time because she just looks, she's so detailed. All this bit is just so complicated. It is lovely. I'm really enjoying it. Don't mind the background either because I really love these blues. That bit not so fun. Cream again. This lantern, that was nice. So, yeah, I'm down on page 4 now. When I started it, because I was using a hoop, I was just working the first 5 blocks to a page and then going across, but now I'm not sure whether to do that or just to focus on getting the page finished before going on to page 5. I'm not sure. Mostly it's because of the workable area on the stand. It's a bigger area needed for 20 count fabric rather than the 25, but who knows, I'll see how I feel. Decision will be made when I get to that point. It's going to be a little while before I get to that point anyway, to be honest. That said, it is background, so, but it's quite swirly. It's so nice. So yeah, that's that. She's coming out this month as well, so she gets worked on every month, so she doesn't get so much time all at once, but what time she does get is she's more frequent than the others. So that is her, and that's it for my full coverage pieces. But I have been working on a non-full coverage piece. Let's see, can I please hold the weight? There we go. This is my small piece that I stitch when I have a little bit of time. Not enough time that you want to get into a full coverage, but you know, 10-20 minutes here and there where you're waiting for things to heat up or waiting for washing to finish, that sort of thing. This is Clementine from Plum Street Samplers, and I had the pattern ages ago. Love these whiskers. They're so cute. I started him in January and I also finished him in January. Haven't got the stats with me. It was about 10 times I've worked on it. It's very quick to work up. It's stitched on 36 count hog's bristle from Fox and Rabbit, and I stitched it with 1 strand of thread. And once I'd finished that, it's a fat 1/8 of fabric, so I've got lots left at the top. I've not made best use of the fabric, so I didn't really want to take it off and cut this fabric up to make him into a pillow and have lots of like bits of fabric, because you can see it's on, got him on a small, one of the small Omanique frames. So this is what I've done. I decided to try and make full use of my fabric and thread from his trousers. I'm stitching a small piece called Let's Paint Eggs, and this is from the Jelly Bean Jubilee by With Thy Needle and Thread. All it is really is this bunny and he's standing on a painted egg. So obviously I'm on his trousers now. There's not a lot to do. It's not a very big piece. These are only to make small cushions. So I'll still have a lot of fabric left because there's a bit rolled on the bars. So once I've done this piece, because I've got plenty there to cut between them, once I've done that, I shall have a measure of what fabric I have left, and I'll see which of the other designs from the Jelly Bean Jubilee booklet I can also get onto this fabric. My aim is just to stitch as much as I can onto this piece of fabric and still be able to cut out around them and make them all into small pillows. So there we have it. I don't think it will take me long to get this finished. I've only stitched on this twice so far and I'm a good chunk through already, so I don't think it will take very long. It's like Clementine didn't take that long. The longest time is taken getting the threads out and then putting the threads away again when you finish the project. So as far as the time goes, I'm also using it as a way to try and organise my fancy thread. This one is just stitched with regular DMC, so I have plenty of that. But yeah, that's where we are, and that's all the things I stitched on in January. And I will be back at the end of the month with all that I've stitched on in February. So thanks for dropping by, and I'll see you later. Bye for now.